What is doing, hey, yeah. Welcome back, everybody. Good morning. All right, should I say? Today we're going to be reacting to a video by a channel called, I believe, what's the guy's name? It's Jarrod Johnson. It's a video that he made about EDP. Now, the title of his video is EDP445's desperation got the better of him. Now, I'm interested in seeing exactly what he says about this, and seeing whether or not I actually agree with it. However, without any further ado, let's get right into the video.
It's quite unfortunate to see EDP just literally crumble before our eyes. Brothers, I'm sure y'all heard what's going on with EDP445.
Yes.
It's extremely disappointing, but to be quite honest, I'm not surprised.
Neither am I.
There are two types of pedophiles in this world.
Okay.
Some are born, some are made. Some are just born with that sexual perversion of wanting to harm children sexually. Some are just born with it. And they don't need to be a part of society. Others, through extreme circumstances in life, they become that. They become extremely desperate for female attention that they'll go to underage women to fulfill their needs. And that's EDP. Do I think EDP was born that way? No.
This is where I'm going to have to stop you. One, EDP said himself in his own text messages that he's always imagined doing something like this, that he's always fantasized about doing something like this. I don't think that we can say that this is something that was coaxed out of him. However, I will say I think I can see what it is he's trying to say here when it comes to the two kinds of pedo bears in the world. Now, I will say this. Part of that makes sense. Again, it's not in the case of Bryant, not in his situation. Again, he already admitted to it. This is something that he's thought about for quite some time.
I think EDP, being an involuntarily celibate man, aka incel, has driven him to do this heinous act.
Now, y'all ready for a spicy take? All right, have a seat. Call me crazy, but I actually do not agree with that sentiment. I'll tell you why right now. Bryant is someone who has been popular for quite some time, and I mean quite some time. He has gone through several changes. Okay, he was already large in the very beginning. He got larger as time went along, lost weight, gained weight, gave up entirely. And as far as I can tell, there were no real changes as far as trying to change any of his personality, or trying to change any of his emotions, or even be able to come off as someone that's just normal. He kind of just gave off this vibe of I don't care about anything, even though it's very obvious you care about a lot of stuff, bro. You care about the fact that you're so overweight. You care about the fact that women probably don't want to be around you if you're not paying for them. And this is where I kind of want to speak up. I think that when we have the word involuntary celibate, I think that is something that applies to a way smaller demographic than we even really know. I believe that most of the people that call themselves involuntary celibates generally haven't done any of the homework necessary to basically to get the puss. Call me crazy, all right, but hear me out. If you are in EDP's situation, I can tell you right now, right off rip, several things that would have improved EDP's situation. Let's say that I give Jarrod or Jarrod. Let's say that I give him this whole he was made situation, right? He has done nothing but bitch and moan, continue to get himself in even worse shape. And as far as what I'm seeing right now, it looks like he's spent more time trying to date underage girls than he did trying to date women that were above the age of consent. To me, that doesn't sound involuntary. Maybe it does to you, but to me, that doesn't sound involuntary at all. To me, it sounds like Bryant knew what he was doing, and he also knew that he could be having contact with women his age and older. He knew that generally these girls that were this age would just be like an easier target. Now, I know that the desperation can technically come into play in that situation, but I don't think that that's involuntary at all. I think that you were celibate because you didn't do anything to make yourself lose that celibacy, bruh.
It's driven him to do this. Extreme desperation. And to be quite honest, brothers,
I disagree.
I've been keeping my eye out on incels for quite some time. The incel movement, I wouldn't call it a movement. It's people are starting to focus on it now. You need to be careful of incels. I think some are they're incapable of getting a woman. They're incapable of getting female attention, and most will never turn to underage women. Most won't.
I agree with that.
EDP is a prime example. Brothers, EDP
I disagree, man.
To be punished
I disagree.
To the fullest extent of the law.
That part I agree with, yeah.
If the girl was real, he would have
done that, bro.
Ruined
Brian would have done that.
Life.
He would have done that.
I don't care how desperate you become.
You don't do this,
you
bro.
You never mess with an underage woman. Ever. Ever. But we have to understand and recognize the nuances to this situation. EDP was made, not born.
I disagree.
His desperation for female attention led to this.
No, listen. Desperation for female attention. Let me explain. Desperation for female attention can lead you to several things. It might lead you to buying the pussy. It might lead you to simping. All right. Generally, it'll lead you to do a whole bunch of things that are, again, to your own detriment. This is not desperation for female attention. All right. Not at all. Because at the end of the day, this is a child. What he's trying to talk to isn't even a woman. It's a child. As in, let me go ahead and let me explain to y'all why this scenario for EDP doesn't make any sense. All right, and then I'll explain to y'all why when it comes to incels, I think that we need to change the way that we even handle the conversation. All right, so EDP is about 30, maybe 30 something years old. All right. Now, I need you to understand the age of the person that he was trying to talk to was about 13. That's generally somebody around the what? Is that 5th or 6th grade maybe? 5th, 6th, maybe 7th grade. All right? So we're talking about somebody who largely the only conversations that you'll even be able to really relate to them on are how hard homework was, which is crazy because that's literally something that they talk about in the conversation. Y'all have nothing in common. Nothing. Y'all have nothing that y'all can really even be talking about. You shouldn't be talking to this person that's this age about sex. You shouldn't be trying to get them to do anything. They don't understand much of anything. I know a lot of them act like they understand things. Here, let me go ahead and drop some. Again, more spicy takes, bro. More spicy takes. Spicy. So, here goes, right? Incels will tell you that this man he was like, yo, I tried to get myself to look better. I tried to improve my personality. I tried to get my money up. And then you go and find out this motherfucker lives with his mom. This motherfucker has bathed probably 2-3 times this week. And this man 100% has not done anything to improve his terrible personality. He be up there laughing at like weirdo shit, bro. Like weirdo shit. Look, it's all well and good what you laugh at, you know what I mean? Like, find what you find funny, I guess. But just understand, not everybody has to find that stuff funny. So, I mean, maybe part of the reason why you're an incel has to do with the fact that you make jokes constantly that are like hella offensive for like no reason, and you're like 30. I'm trying to tell the truth. Like I really actually see it right now. And if y'all feel like I'm actually wrong on this, let me know in the comment section. But for me right now, I don't think that I can give EDP this same description. Not at all. EDP has been someone who's been out at the very least since like 2010. That's at least 10 years that you had to do something else. Do something else. Are we forgetting the fact that like Cole Raven actually made like videos about this stuff? Like talking about several different girls who said that they were actually contacted by him. This has been happening way longer than we know. I'm going to be real with you. It really has. I know it's a scary thought, but it's absolutely the truth. And in the case of incels, I do not think I'm willing to just give the incel community that kind of a description. I do agree though that most of them probably won't do things like this. However, the ones that will do things like this, or the ones that will do things like get violent and wind up creating some kind of like absolute tragedy. Listen, let me go ahead and tell them something that they likely haven't been told in like I guess like a way that's going to like really help them understand what's happening. Because this is the thing, right? We have incels right now, but we only have even had the term incel for what? Max maybe like 5, maybe 6 years? Max. So that means all of that time before that, we didn't even have like a way to identify people like this. You probably just called them weirdos, to be real with you. And it's like when you think about like how many of these dudes exist, it's kind of just like, well, what exactly are we supposed to do about the situation? Let me go ahead and help you right now, all right? If you're an incel and you watching one of these videos, do me a favor. Go take a fucking bath, bro. You stink. You stink, nigga. All right? You stink. Go get a haircut. Make sure that you get your haircut regularly, bro. You know what else I want you to start doing? I want you to stop spending so much time on your computer. That's right, bro. That bottle of Jergens right next to you. That's right. I can see it. I can see it right now. I can see it. That crusty, dusty sock, or those several crusty, dusty socks. All right, or the toilet paper that's like right next to your computer right now as you watch this video, which is kind of making me a bit uncomfortable. Bro, throw all that shit away. Throw it all away. You know what I want you to do? I want you to do me a favor and yourself a favor for literally the next year, bro. I'm talking about 1 year. All right. Generally, the ages for people like this is somewhere between like 15 and 30 something. Do yourself a favor. Give yourself 1 full year. All right. And I want you to actually start committing to stuff. Matter of fact, you don't believe me about any of this. I'm gonna give you some even better advice. Read this book, bro. Do you see this book? It's called Stop Self-Sabotage. All right. It's by Dr. Judy Ho. Do yourself a favor. Read this book. Now I'm sure you're wondering, why exactly is that what I'm advising you to do? I'm advising you to do that because what you do to yourself is voluntary. This is voluntary stuff that you do. All right. I want you to spend that whole year learning how to talk to women, going up and actually talking to women. I want you to spend majority. I want that year, this following year, to be the year that you spend the least time at your computer, bro. That's what I want you to do. If you do that, all right, if you do literally all of that stuff, you get yourself a job, you get your money up, and you still can't get any puss, bro, then sure, I'll call you an incel. But if that's not you, all right, and in the case of Bryant, bro, you had bread, bro. You had bread. There was plenty of people that would have been willing to help you, bro. You didn't take any of it. You was too busy being a child. End of the day is what it is. But again, if that's you, do yourself a favor. Do all of that stuff for a year. Get all of that stuff together. Call it 2 years, bro. All right? It's 2 years out of your life. Like, you know how long people are living these days, bro? Really, really long. So, with that said, man, let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. All right? I am Mr. 8-Bit Raw. I got a mic. I got a drill. Be easy, drill gang.